Dan, could you tell us a little bit more about the Haste model, ILP, and both for Haste and gaming and more broadly, the types of new business models you're excited about that are only possible with a scalable blockchain?
The micro payment concept in general is just so fascinating to me. It's ultimately why Haste Arcade exists. Joe, one of the other co-founders, and I were sitting in the office one day, and we had gotten quite frustrated with sort of what we were seeing in the crypto space in general, and in that most of these things had just basically become speculative assets that people were gambling on. And there wasn't like a whole lot of utility, and the chains that did have utility had these like crazy fees. And so when we saw what was happening with BSV, we had been following all the different forks and stuff, and we were just like, out of frustration, really, we were like, how could we abstract the complexities of crypto and give the world something that everyone understands? Like at this point, everyone understands casual gaming. Everyone's played, whether it's Candy Crush or pick your favorite mobile game. And we're like, what would be a cool mechanism for actually distributing a micropayment? And for whatever reason, we came up with this idea of distributing it to a leaderboard. So the concept is very simple. Think about your old school arcade game. You put a quarter into the machine, and in that old school scenario, you're basically competing for for fun, for entertainment. But then you're also, there's a little bit of ego aspect in that. Maybe I get to leave my three characters, my 3-letter initial on the board, and someone else is going to try and compete it in the future. Well, it's basically taking that idea of having a leaderboard, but now every time someone comes in and plays after you, you're actually getting a cut. So the mechanism for which we are going to distribute these micropayments in a way that people would be easily understood was through this, what we called ILP, or instant leaderboard payout. So we feel like we basically coined the term ILP gaming. But I think to your question, Zach, it's like this concept of being able to break up even a penny into like much smaller parts. Obviously, you can break $1 into more smaller parts than you can a penny, but it really has application even outside of gaming, right? Like there's, I think with this ILP model, in a sense, you can gamify any type of event, whether that's digital or physical. And so we're certainly excited about, how this ILP concept could play out in the physical world, as much as we do in the digital world with what we're doing with gaming. But yeah, I mean, micropayments in general, I have to actually try and contain a lot of the ideas. I'm definitely a creative mind, and I have a new idea every day. But yeah, I mean, micropayments and micro subscriptions, we can, if we look at most SaaS models, we see things like, I would say the most common is a monthly subscription. But my mind is going towards what sort of services can we provide online, where we have hourly subscriptions, or even I'm subscribing to some sort of stream that's by the minute or whatever. And these are all things that really it's never been possible until this technology. And so, yeah, I just think I think the future is very, very bright for micropayments.